here on the Louisiana Hayride. His name is Hank Williams, the drifting cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Welcome, everybody, to another broadcast of WoodSongs. We're celebrating the music of America's front porch, Canada's front porch, Ireland's front porch, and today it's Australia's front porch, all the way from New South Wales. Let's welcome our first artist, Imogen Clark, right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Sometimes you seem to see the light. Sometimes you swear you'll get it right. Sometimes Sometimes I help you tell the lie. I don't mind. And sometimes I can look you in the eye. Sometimes, but not this time. The world looks bigger from the bottom. Stand it anymore. I could give you reason after reason. If you can't hear me, what am I doing it for? Never this time. Sometimes I can see the little boy you used to be. And sometimes I can hear you in the voice singing with me. Oh, but not this time. Bigger from the bottom. How can you stand it anymore? Oh, I've been screaming and screaming, but if you can't hear me, what am I doing this for? Never this time. Sometimes I feel so far away. And sometimes you say it's gonna be okay. Sometimes, but not this time.
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com.
And welcome, everybody, to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona, across the Yukon, Canada, and Alaska. We are celebrating this amazing world of independent grassroots music. Artists come from everywhere to be on our show. You don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very good. And of course, you heard Imogen Clark from Australia opened our show. Our next artist is also from Australia. He's a bona fide Australian music legend. He is famous in his nation. He's performed with everyone from Tommy Emmanuel and others. We're going to have a great conversation with him. He's got a brand new album called Hometown. This is a tune called Let It Go. Let's welcome Rick Price from Australia to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I get caught up in the opinion of my life, like I know the score, and I'm busy acting like I know what's wrong from what's right, when my feet are dragging on the floor. Foolish pride, it's washed aside, and oh, my mind, who knows where this river flows, and oh, by and by, I gotta let it go. Let it go now. Sometimes I get stranded on that winding road to my own will, lost out in the dark. And man, that empty feeling inside's a hole I can't fill, and I break my own heart. Tears I cry won't hold back this tide, and oh, my mind, who knows where this river flows, and oh, by and by, I gotta let it go. I cry, won't hold back this tide, and oh, my mind, who knows where this river flows, oh, by and by, I gotta let it go. And oh, by and by, I gotta let it go. Let it go now. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. Oh, let it go, Ricky boy.
the power of one man and a guitar. All by his lonesome on our stage from his album Hometown. That's a tune called Let It Go. Rick Price, it's nice to have you here. Thanks for coming. And
it is such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Mel.
You started... there's a lot of brilliant guitarists and musicians coming out of Australia. You have youngsters like Taj Farron, for example. He's a young boy who's doing great. Jeff Lang, who's a brilliant blues player,
incredible.
Right? And then, of course, Tommy Emmanuel. And people who hear you might hear remnants of Tommy's style. You performed with him quite a bit.
Yes, Tom and I have been friends for, 30 or 40 years probably.
Good friendship.
And we play a lot together. We've recorded a lot together. Yeah, he's a good pal.
Now, like Tommy, he started out early as a percussionist, playing drums and stuff.
Yes.
And so you were just a little tyke in your mother's kitchen, banging away on pots and pans, right? That's how you started as sort of as a drummer.
Indeed. My first instrument was my mother's pots and saucepans in the kitchen. Yeah.
And then you were 3 years old and you discovered the tennis racket.
That's right.
What happened there?
You have done your research.
I have done my research.
I remember standing at the top of the stairs and I got my the cord from my dressing gown and I tied it around my tennis racket. And I'm standing at the top of the stairs doing Elvis impersonations because my mother was a huge Elvis fan, and so.
And you're 3 years old doing this.
I was 3. Yeah.
Okay. So are you still on the top of the stairs in your
I
underwear?
am still doing it. Matter of fact, when I get home tonight.
You're going. So now you're in Australia. You're in Sydney. You're 19 years old. You get signed.
I got signed actually a little bit later than that. I got signed when I was 29.
Oh, 29.
Yeah.
Oh, one digit off, but it's the
One
same
digit
deal,
off.
right?
What's a digit?
What's a digit off, right? So how exciting was that for you? I mean, you're laboring in music. Everybody has a dream of the record deal, and then you finally got one. You worked with producers that worked with Elton John and Bruce Springsteen. I mean, you were on the verge. You were a major guy.
I was just very, very fortunate. I had a great manager at the time. I had a great record label. Sony Records signed me to a worldwide deal. And I knew at the age of 29, I knew exactly the kind of record I wanted to make and the people that I wanted to make it with. So I was very fortunate that I was given the opportunity to make my first album in Los Angeles and to handpick all my musicians and my producer, which was great.
Well, and in your love for music, you became sort of an expertise at many instruments. I say here, drums, guitar, bass, ukulele,
yes,
piano, right? You're playing all this stuff, right?
I do.
Just a love of the music, right?
Well, growing up in the country, there's not much else to do. You can swim in the creek only so many days of the week, and we were very fortunate as kids. We played at all the country barn dances around the place. So I was 8 years old when I started with the band and playing drums and singing and, whatever else they'd let me loose on.
Well, you have a great story. We're going to explore more of it in the second half hour. Right now, you've got a brand new album. It's called Hometown. This is a tune called Can't Keep a Good Man Down. It's Rick Price from Australia, right here on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio Hour.
Wise old man once whispered in my ear with a still small voice, but his message was loud and clear. He said, if you should ever find yourself face down in a hole, son, there's one thing I want you to know. Trouble circles around, climb up to the higher ground. 'Cause Lord have mercy, you can't keep a good man down. No, you can't. Sneaky old Satan's on a mission to bring you harm. Poison your well, send a fox into your barn. He raised hell, trying to cast his spell on you. There's no telling what an evil deed he'll do. Slander your name all over town, burn your house down to the ground. Lord have mercy, you can't That's where the horn section comes in, you know. Oh, Now the moral of the story is to thine own self be true. You're the light of the world, so let your light shine through. Raise your voice and shout from your own bell tower. Put your faith and trust in your higher power. And when trouble circles around, climb on up to the higher ground. Good Lord have mercy, you can keep a good man down. No, you can't keep a good man down. Oh, no, can't keep a good man down.
From his brand new album, Hometown, it is Rick Price from Australia. If you want to know more about the music of Rick Price, if you want to watch what you're hearing on the radio, and I know that you do, you just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1115. You get to watch Rick Price's amazing guitar work, as well as our next artist, where Rick comes from Australia, New South Wales. So does our next artist as well. You heard her at the top of the show. She's a brilliant independent artist. We're going to talk to her shortly. She's got a brand new album called Art of the Getting Through. This is the title cut. It's Imogen Clark right here on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
I can't feel which way the wind blows. I don't know what's north or south. I've been walking over mirrors. I've been lost for some time now, and I don't take it all for granted. But I sure wish that I could see why our greatest loves become our greatest defeats. And this is the art of breaking into. This is the art of saying who knew. This is the art of choking on fuel. This is the art of getting through. So I've been shaking in the morning, I've been trembling in the night, wondering if I've got the strength that it takes to be alive. And is there purpose in the mountain? Is it beauty by design? I've come to realize that we need hope to survive. And this is the art of breaking into. This is the art of saying who knew. This is the art of killing the blues. This is the art of getting through. Yeah, this is the art of getting through. It ain't nothing like the movies. It's out of sync in black and white. You're lower than you thought you could be. Then you're higher than a kite, and there's no path of least resistance when you're running down a dream. The war is raging in the distance, and it's calling out for me. This is the art of breaking into. This is the art of saying who knew. This is the art of choking on fuel. This is the art of getting through. Yeah, this is the art of breaking into. This is the art of saying who knew. This is the art of killing the blues. This is the art of getting through. Yeah, this is the art of getting through. Yeah, this is the art of getting through.
Celebrating the music of Australia, that's Imogen Clark, the title cut from her album, The Art of Getting Through. Imogen, it's so nice to have you here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's give some props to Hunter Beasley playing second guitar with you, doing a good job.
Thank you.
So, much like Rick, you started music at a quite young age, but something a little different. You were an 8-year-old opera singer.
I know.
How does an 8-year-old get into opera?
It's pretty weird. I was pretty much just kind of at my family Christmas and doing a little silly play for the family like you do when you're a kid. And my dad is, he grew up sort of playing in the pub scene in Sydney, and he heard me sing and said, "Would you like to learn how to sing?" And I said, "Sure, that sounds fun." And the local lady who taught singing was an amazing operetta, musical theatre teacher, and I ended up going to her for 10 years and learning how to sing opera first before I picked up a guitar.
Well, you obviously have a very strong and powerful voice, so it worked out good.
Thank you.
It worked out great. So you mentioned getting the guitar about 12 years old. You segued over to the guitar. The songwriting bug hit
Yes.
you, right?
Yes.
So was it hard for you to learn to write songs at 12 years old?
Funnily enough, it almost felt like it came more naturally to me than anything else because I grew up in a family with a dad who wrote songs, and I just thought that was as normal as a kid who grows up in a family of lawyers going into law. That was just a normal thing. All my cousins and my brother, everyone was musical, so I just started writing songs, and I thought that was a normal thing for a kid to do, I guess.
Right, and so through high school, being in a family of attorneys and stuff, you ended up playing in bars.
Yes.
That's what you do, right?
Of course.
But that's a great place to, I'm not highly recommending it for kids, but this is a great place to learn your chops, right? Let's stand in front of an audience, and whether they're listening or not, you got to power through, right?
I wouldn't change it for anything. I learned everything about performing from being in these rough Western Sydney pubs and clubs.
Okay, well, let's talk about something a little more on the serious side, because folks will listen to your songs and they will get a sense of a tenderness and of a recovery and of hurt and stuff. And you've been through some battles in your time, and that's reflected in your songs.
Yeah, thank you. I do feel like my music has a real element of, it kind of appeals to people who have maybe been through some adversity but have let it shape them into the person that they always hoped they'd become and let it strengthen them.
And you've described in other interviews that music is sort of like a superpower to overcome sadness or hard times, depression. I mean, how did it help you? There's folks listening right now struggling. They can play their 3 chords. In their opinion, it's not very well, and they're not encouraged to do it. What do you say to them with their small musical ability? How does this help them overcome what you had to overcome?
I think it's just the fact that the catharsis music brings you is like nothing else. Whether you're writing the songs or playing other people's songs, it can bring you such joy and such release in a way that nothing else can, in my opinion. And I think it doesn't matter if you're good or not. You can be the most terrible guitar player, the most terrible singer, and I think it can still bring you the most joy that you've ever experienced.
Well, for those listening on the radio, for someone who's battled anxiety through your life, she's got the most brilliant, wonderful smile on our stage.
Thank you.
So, seems to be working.
Thank you.
It seems to be working. So now, we're going to talk in the second half hour. You are one of the rare individuals that have recorded at Abbey Road on the same piano that Paul McCartney played on, right? So I want everybody to stay tuned. In the second half hour, we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But right now, her new album is called Art of Getting Through. It's a brilliant piece of work. This is a great, I love the title, Squinters, of all things. It's Imogen Clark from Australia on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
It's so easy to bend time, all my shirts on the clothesline. Now I'm dancing in halftime and I'm wondering, why did I take a left turn? All it gave me was heartburn. You'd think that one day I might learn, but it's thundering outside. Got a soul full of splinters, driving home with the squinters. All the summers are winters in disguise. I like to tell myself lies. Here I am in the drive-thru with a shake and a loose screw. Gotta make some decisions, a side of fries with my provisions. Now I'm stuck in the suburbs, I guess we should have used rubbers. I'm trying not to feel smothered, but I can feel you kick. Got a soul full of splinters, driving home with the squinters. All the summers are winters in disguise. I like to tell myself lies. When I was a girl, I used to dream. Now all I do is sleep. Waking up to the sunrise, in the distance I hear cries. I still like to fantasize about what could have been. Got a soul full of splinters, driving home with the squinters. All the summers are winters in disguise. I like to tell myself lies. I like to tell myself lies.
What a beautiful song. Imogen Clark, all the way from Australia, from her album Art of Getting Through. We've also got the incredible musician, songwriter, great career-minded fella. His name is Rick Price, also from Australia, but we're going to throw you a curveball. Wait till you meet this week's WoodSongs kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSongs Show number 1115, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia in Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Rick Price, Imogen Clark, and our amazing WoodSongs kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hi, this is Tommy Emmanuel, and you are exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And there's a good friend, a great guitar player, the Prince of Australia, Tommy Emmanuel, and we're celebrating the music of Australia on this entire broadcast, and we're so grateful that you could tune in and be with us here at the Historic Lyric Theater, the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're on the air over 500 radio stations around the world, including in Australia. We're also on American Forces Radio Network, that puts this show on the radio in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America. And as always, we want to say hello to the men and women that are tuning in out there, the public, the fans that get to listen in on the radio. We're on public television in millions of homes across North America. We're on the RFD television network as well, coast to coast. We're in schools with lesson plans. If you're a teacher or a homeschool parent, visit the WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page, and wait till you see what we have waiting for you. And that's why this time on every broadcast, we invite a youngster from somewhere in North America. They get to come on the show. They play one song in the presence of seasoned touring artists like Imogen Clark and Rick Price, both from Australia. But this time we have a very good 14-year-old kid, and his name is Reed Elliott. Let's say hi to Reed. How you doing, buddy?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Good.
One of your claims to fame is that you appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And you have this passionate love for Loretta Lynn.
Yes.
Now, how did that start?
So, November 2020, I walked in the living room, and my dad was watching the movie Call Myers' Daughter. I said, "Dad, what are you watching?" He said, "I'm watching a movie about a country music singer named Loretta Lynn. She's from Kentucky." When he said that she's from Kentucky, I knew right then she was a really special lady.
And you wanted, to play some of her music. So you're a brilliant keyboard and piano player, and you're going to play one of her songs on the piano player. Before we get that, another one of your claims to fame is you have this incredible knowledge of American presidential history.
Yes.
Right. How did that start?
So I was just sitting in the chair in the living room, and my dad came in.
It's your dad again.
Yeah, my dad, and he just got home from somewhere, and he said that George H.W. Bush had died to my mom. And I said, "Who's that?" He said, "He was a U.S. president," and instantly I just became obsessed.
And you memorized a lot of facts. So I'm going to give you a little test here. Okay. Of all the American presidents, which one was a fashion model?
A fashion model?
A fashion model. I looked up some stuff. Mm-hmm. Gerald Ford was a fashion model when he started out, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, how about this one? Which American president was there at Abraham Lincoln's funeral procession?
Theodore Roosevelt.
That's right. Good job, my man. That's good. Yeah. Who proposed to his future wife the day that he met her?
Who proposed?
Who proposed to his future wife the very day that he met her? Richard Nixon. You don't picture Richard Nixon as a romantic, do you? Here's something that we talked about before. Mm-hmm. Which American president hung two people from a tree? Mm-hmm. Do you remember?
I don't remember which.
Grover Cleveland hung two people from a tree. This is before he became president. So there's a lot of facts out there, right, that are pretty interesting. Do you remember Bill Clinton's very first job? I know I'm stumping you. I don't mean to. He sold comic books, which was kind of fitting when you think of the future career. But he sold comic books in his first thing. So there's a lot of interesting, and you found a lot of passion in a lot of the. What are some of the most amazing facts that you know about presidents?
Every morning at 5 a.m., John Quincy Adams swam naked in the Potomac River. Yeah.
I don't need to picture that. What's another interesting one?
Well, William Howard Taft got stuck in the White House bathtub because he was so big. So they had to get a larger bathtub.
Okay, give me one more. Give me one more.
All right, let's see. We've got so many.
This is interesting facts about American presidents, because we have Australian folks here. This is interesting to them.
Yes.
Right.
Grover Cleveland is the only president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms.
2 non-consecutive terms. Well, we may be looking at another one.
Yeah.
Who knows, right?
Yeah.
This is a weird world we're living in right now, right?
Ain't that the truth?
Okay. I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Okay, we're going to go back into Loretta Lynn land. Okay, this is a favorite song of yours that she made popular, right? But other artists also made it popular. Who else sung this song?
The only one I know of was Loretta Lynn.
Loretta Lynn. I think Dolly Parton did it as well. Well, let's check it out. You're about to do it, and that's what's matter. It's called You're Looking at Country. He's 14 years old. It's this week's WoodSongs kid, Reed Elliott, on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Well, they like my loving done country style, and this little boy would walk a country mile. Find him a good old slow talking country girl. I said a country girl. I'm about as old fashioned as I can be, so I hope you're liking what you see. If you're looking at me, you're looking at country. You don't see no city when you look at me, 'cause country's all I am. I love running barefooted through the old cornfields, and I love that country ham. Why you say I'm mad just to fit your plan, but does a barnyard shovel fit your hands? So if your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. Well, this year's country is a little green, but there's a lot of country that you ain't seen. Show you around if you show me a wedding band. I said a wedding band. When it comes to love, well, I know about that. Country folks all know where it's at. 'Cause if your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. You don't see no city when you look at me, 'cause country's all I am. I love running barefooted through the old cornfields, and I love that country ham. Why you say I'm a man just to fit your plan, but does a barnyard shovel fit your hands? 'Cause if your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. 'Cause if your eyes are on me, you're looking at country. Thank you.
He's 14 years old. This week's WoodSongs kid, Reed Elliott. And we're especially proud because this young fellow is all the way from Corbin, Kentucky. He's a fellow Kentuckian. And he started playing his music about the same age Reed Elliott was playing his. He's got an album called Tambourine Mountain. This is a tune called River of Love. Welcome him back. It is Rick Price from Australia on the WoodSongs.
Yeah, I was a lost man. I was wandering alone, yeah. I was far from my spirit and far from my home. And I was twisting in the winds of misery and shame, till I heard my Savior, he was calling out my name. I'm in trouble, when I'm sinking down, caught up in this struggle, stuck out on the wrong side of town. I know you won't forsake me, help me rise above. Let your spirit take me down to the river of love. Wash my soul in your water, turn me around, and I'll surrender all I got order. When I go down to the river of love, so coolly, pouring down from the altar. There's healing here, and I know you won't forsake me. Help me rise above. Let your spirit take me down to that river of love. Wash my soul in your water, turn me around, and I'll surrender all like I order when I go down to that river of love, river of love. Take me down, down, down to the river. Wash my soul in your water now. Turn me around, and I'll surrender all like I oughta now. When I go down, down to that river of love, river of love. Take me down, down, down to the river. Take me down to the river of love. Wash my soul. Take me down to the river of love. Wash my soul. Take me down to the river of love. Wash my soul. Take me down to the river of love. And wash my soul.
Brilliant guitar work. From his album Tambourine Mountain, River of Love. Great song. And you've since moved from Australia. You've settled in America.
Yes.
And that must have been a difficult move to leave your homeland and stuff. But what you did was you kind of baptized yourself in American folk music and traditional songs.
Indeed.
And that's the song from the album Wayfaring Stranger. You're going to play a song from that now.
Yes, I am.
And let's check it out. It's called Will the Circle Be Unbroken. It's a very popular song in the hands of Rick Price from Australia on the WoodSongs. Old-time radio.
I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I said to the undertaker, now undertaker, please drive slow for that lady you are carrying. Well, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, by and by? There's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I follow close behind her, trying to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Now will the circle will be unbroken by and by, by and by. Now there's a better home waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken? Circle be unbroken. Our circle be unbroken. Circle be unbroken now.
Can't play it any better than that. Great American folk songs and traditional music in the passionate hands of a wonderful artist from Australia, Rick Price. His album is called Wayfaring Stranger. If you want to find out more about the music of Rick Price, all the artists that appear on WoodSongs, you just go to our WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This particular show is show number 1115. Find out more about Rick Price, as well as our next artist, also from Australia, also brilliant, a very passionate singer-songwriter. She's going to do a song called First Class Man. It's Imogen Clark from Australia on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Now everything is different, while everything's the same. There were those who were closer, and I never saw your pain. I'm talking to the silence spilling from my room, leaving only sadness and all the open wounds. I need you here to talk to. I need to make a plan. There's not too many of you. Why did you have to leave me, my first classman?
I never meant to leave you. It was out of my hands.
I'm bathing in confusion. I try not to despair. I'll be forever chasing answers to why you left those who care. I need you here to talk to. I need to understand the path of no return you took. Is no destination for a first class man. Now it's only memories I keep. Oh, love is not the enemy of what you see. I need you here to talk to. I need to make a plan. There's not too many of you. Why did you have to leave? Why did you have to leave? I need you here to talk to. I need to understand the path of no return you took.
Name of the song is First Class Man. What a tender, painful song. And you've been through a lot. You've lost friendships through suicide and other things, and that's a hard thing to navigate, and you use your music to go through that.
Absolutely. That song in particular about a band member that I lost a few years back with absolutely no warning, and as most of these things go. So the way to deal with it is to write music and try and get it out and try and express some of the confusion.
Well, I would think that being able to be in an Abbey Road studio playing on the same piano that Paul McCartney recorded some of his biggest hits, like Lady Madonna and other things, did you feel the spirit? Did you feel the energy? Did you want tea and bread, toast?
I wanted all of the tea and bread and scones. It was beautiful. It was a surreal experience. I mean, Abbey Road is obviously just like the most iconic place that you can think of musically.
And then you went to where Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys recorded Pet Sounds.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yes,
you're like a walking history here.
Well, it was a reaction to COVID, because obviously during COVID we couldn't, we had to record remotely, and that was the best we could do with the tough situation, but it wasn't ideal. So once we got back out into the world, we were like, let's go everywhere.
Let's go record on Paul McCartney's piano. Well, you've got a beautiful new album called The Art of Getting Through. This is called All Hard Feelings. Imogen Clark from Australia on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
Say I'm fine, but I'm not doing well. Perpetually overwhelmed. Every cruel thing they ever said, living rent-free in my head, building up my emotional debt. I'm the salt, and it's probably my fault that I fall too hard, and I show them my cards, only play the hand when they know I'm all in. Then I line on up and do it all again. I'm going under, singing I'm over it, fight for the closure, but maybe it don't exist. I love, but I don't let go. Paper cuts down to the bone. Time doesn't ease my mind, 'cause I'm all hard feelings. Lost my mind trying to understand yours, even though I knew what I was in for. I can't remember what I did last week, but I can still hear burnt CD. Hey, it's just another thing on repeat. I'm a mess, I'm a fraud, give you everything I got, only see what you want, and what you want is a blonde. So I'll put you in my pocket and I'll carry you around with everybody who ever let me down. I'm going singing I'm over it, fight for the closure. Maybe it don't exist. I love, but I don't let go. Every paper cuts down to the bone. Time doesn't ease my mind, 'cause I'm I'm fine, but I'm not doing well.
Wasn't it great having Imogen Clark all the way from Australia on our show? Hunter Beasley, great job supporting. Wasn't it great having our WoodSongs kid all the way from Corbin, Kentucky, Reed Elliott, 14 years old, doing a great job. And also from Australia, a super powerhouse of a guitar player, and we're so grateful that he could be here, Rick Price as well. So what a passionate show. And you look at this music, and you look at these artists, and you look at their passion, you look at their love, you look at everything they're doing, then you look at the world, and you think the world is a big mess. What good is this? Why should we bother? What is going on? There's war, there's economic stress, the politics seems crazy. All this stuff is going on in this world. What do you do with it? Well, years ago, there was a comic strip guy named Charles Schulz. Who was he? He created a comic strip called Peanuts. Remember? Charlie Brown and Snoopy and Linus and Lucy. And somebody asked him, what's the good of looking forward when the world looks so crazy, even in his day? And this is what he said. Don't worry about the world coming to an end today, because it's already tomorrow in Australia. And that's the power of Australia. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs broadcast number 1115. Our chief engineer is Jerome Gall. Our TV director is Maria Claire. Technical assistants are Brian Clausing, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew members of the week are Brian Clausing and the entire TV crew. The WoodSongs partner of the week is Tom Ackerman. Our show is produced with the support of Martin Guitars, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Highbridge Spring Water, the Clarion Hotel, Nate's Coffee, and Travel Host Magazine. WoodSongs and the WoodSongs are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. Thank you so much for being such a great audience. And, you know, it's hard to explain what this crew goes through. They're all volunteers. They're here out of their heart and their passion. And they were having heart attacks upstairs in the TV booth. They couldn't figure out what was going on, what the bugs were and stuff. And a big thanks to Brian Clausing, Jim Piston, Gavin Clark over here, and the entire WoodSongs crew. They did a spectacular job. They pulled it off. I think we had like 5 minutes to spare. So they did really, really good. So if you see a crew member on your way out, please give them your personal thanks. It's an absolutely wonderful thing when you see what love can build. So we're going to go through our encores, and we'll go in reverse order. Okay, we'll start with Imogen, and then we'll start with our wonderful WoodSongs kid. You did a great job, my man. That was a good song. And then we'll end our evening with Rick Price. So, Imogen, what do you want to perform?
Absolutely. So we thought we would do this song that I wrote with Jim Lauderdale in Nashville, and it's about that old thing that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but also kind of sometimes makes you wonder if all the pain is worth the lessons that you're learning. So it's called If Your Heart Never Breaks.
If your heart never breaks, you won't know how it feels, and you won't appreciate what seems be so real. If you've never felt the pain when the world fades away, you won't learn from your mistakes if your heart never breaks. If it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, then why do I feel the cost isn't worth the fall? If it always worked out and nothing ever went wrong, if happiness was always around, and if life was always long, we all wish that we were stronger, but we all make mistakes. You won't know who you'll be if your heart never breaks. If it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all, then why do I feel the cost isn't worth the fall? We all wish that we were stronger, but we all make mistakes. You won't know how love is made if your heart never breaks. Oh, if your heart never breaks.
Thank you. Beautiful job, Imogen. Hunter Beasley on that mandolin. Good job, everybody. So, this Thursday, the Troubadour Concert Series marches on. We've had sold-out shows with Marty Stewart and Exile, Emmylou Harris just a couple weeks ago. This Thursday is the incredible singer-songwriter Lucinda Williams will be in concert at the Kentucky Theater. Troubadour Concert Series has moved to the Kentucky Theater to help celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary, that's a lot of anniversaries right there, isn't it? So the concerts coming up include Joan Osborne, Sam Bush Band, Riders in the Sky. We're expecting Indigo Girls and a whole bunch of others as well. So you can, I think the flyers got passed out tonight, yes? Did the flyers get passed? There should be flyers for you to take as you're leaving the theater tonight, so you have all that information. Or you can just go to WoodSongs.com and click on the newsletter. That's the easiest way, the fastest way to find out. Sometimes you have to check your spam folder because Google dumps everything in the spam folder now, but we're trying to stay in touch with everybody. So, having said that, Reed, you've got a different kind of instrument, not the keyboard. What do you got there?
I've got the auto harp.
Yeah, now is that a hard instrument to play? That's a...
Not really.
So that's a Mother Maybelle kind of an instrument, right?
Yes.
And you're going to play a Mother Maybelle song.
Yeah, June Carter song.
June Carter song, who learned it from Mother Maybelle.
Oh
no, she wrote this, didn't she?
June Carter wrote this song because she was stuck between her second husband and Johnny Cash.
Well... How's the girlfriend situation? No, seriously. Last time we were here, you had just broken up. Your heart was broken, and you said you're back in the game. That's what you told me on the air. You're back in the game. So what's the situation now?
Single.
You're single. You're 14.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be single very long, buddy. So. All right, so give us the... Are we throwing things at people?
Yeah.
You okay, Camille? You all right? You okay? Okay. I don't want anybody getting hurt here. All right, so give everybody the name of the song.
Ring of Fire.
All right. June Carter, hit it.
Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child. Oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher, and it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. Thank you.
Good job, Reed.
Thank you.
And we have to also mention that Reed Elliott is one of the first stars of the WoodSongs Kids TV series that's airing on KET and the Kentucky Channel, public television across the country, from New Zealand all the way to Florida, and now the Montana Public Radio Network is airing WoodSongs Kids. So you're one of the founding members of WoodSongs Kids, and we are very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Rick Price, you're going to close the evening, and you've done everything from John Denver tributes to working with Tommy Emmanuel. Your legacy is pretty. Your resume is very huge.
Thank you. Well, I'd like to play a song for you that comes from an album of mine called Tambourine Mountain, the same album that River of Love came from. This song is a song I wrote about my grandfather and my father. They were part of a bridge building gang. Pardon me. And they built a lot of the old wooden bridges around this little town where I grew up in country Queensland in Australia. So the song's about building bridges, but it's also about building emotional bridges, spiritual bridges, heart-to-heart bridges. This is called The Bridge Building Man. Yeah, yeah. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, yeah, I wanna say, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. Every morning with the rising of the sun, it was pull on your boots, boy, there's work to be done. In the valley over yonder, where the river runs between, folks stand eating bridges, sonny, you know what I mean. It's time to sneak out the timber, get the monkey in the fray. Land all your girders, get the decking on the same. Well, such is the life of a bridge-building man, pushing on through thick and thin, the best that he can. And that river runs deep, and the river runs wide. Well, there's only one way to the other side. Now we're building bridges, gotta build them strong. But when that river rises after the storm, son, did I ever tell you, do you understand? Do you know what it's like to be a bridge building man? Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh. Ah, listen to me now. So goes the story of my dad and Grandpa Jack. Ever since I was a little boy, sitting on my daddy's lap, he said life is like a river, son. It keeps us all apart. You gotta learn to build your bridges from heart to heart. And when that river runs deep and the river runs wide, well, there's only one way to the other side. Now we're building bridges, gotta build them strong. But when that river rises after the storm, son, did I ever tell you, do you understand? Do you know what it's like being a bridge building man? It's a world. And the river runs wide, well, there's only one way to the other side. Now we're building bridges, gotta build them strong. But when that river rises after the storm, son, did I ever tell you, do you understand? Do you know what it's like being a bridge building man? Yeah, we gotta build them up strong. But when that river rises after the storm, now, son, did I tell you, do you understand? Do you know what it's like being a bridge building man? Hey oh, hey oh, hey oh, yeah, oh, now. Way oh, hey oh.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee. But on the screen I'm so debonair. I'm a cyber hunk with a full head of hair, and I'm looking online. Got a gigabyte drive and an old Ford truck. Lonely lady stuck in your house. I can change your world with a click of my mouse. We can ride around the planet as long as you can type. Lock the women up and bring Cyber Bubba's alive. I'm an internet lover and I search the world in my cowboy boots for my cyber girl. You just choose the room and then you fan the flame. I'm an online lover and I got no name, just lurking online. Look out world, you're in luck. I got a gigabyte drive and an old Ford truck. Lonely lady stuck in your house. I can change your world with a click of my mouse. We can ride around the planet as long as you can type. Lock the women up and bring your daughters inside, 'cause Cyber Bubba's alive. We can ride around the planet as long as you can type. Lock the women up and bring your daughters inside, 'cause Cyber Bubba's alive. Well, it was bound to happen, now it's finally here. When a country boy got some cyber gear, went on